So welcome again, Nas from NasTime Adventures. Pretty excited. We've got here today this massive box that thankfully sat on the trailer, or thankfully fitted on the trailer to pick it up. But this massive box is actually the Kings Grand Tourer Rooftop tent. You may have seen some advertising around, sitting on top of some cars. It is quite a big unit. I personally feel it's probably a tad too big for most vehicles. And heavy up top. So I've designed this rooftop trailer rack that I built largely around this unit. It is designed to sit nicely on top and pretty much give me a nice sheltered space underneath to work around, a nice sheltered space to work with. So let's open it up and have a look. Not sure where to quite start with such a big box, but looks like a good place. Okay, so what I've done is I've deliberately left it on the trailer just to make it a little bit easier to work with. Cut it away, and then essentially what's going to happen is I've got a friend coming around over the weekend that's going to help me lift the unit straight onto the trailer that I have beside here. If you can see that, nice big rack on the unit. Hopefully between two people we can actually make it happen. So my understanding is that all the brackets components that we need to actually mount this unit onto the racks is located within the rooftop tent. So we'll open it up and have a look. Firstly, let's just have a quick look in here. It does have the Adventure King sticker on the top. Personally, I think that's a bit of an eyesore, and I'll probably be removing that. You'll probably notice a lot of owners tend to remove that. So it's got the rails here on top, designed to carry the roof racks that Four-Wheel Drive Super Centre supply. Some handles at the front here, a couple of brackets. We'll grab the camera and we'll do a bit of a walk around in a moment. So as you can see, the lid's up. You can see the writing a little bit more clearly there. There is a plan to remove that. I think it'll look a lot better with it. Not sure I noticed these brackets on the older unit. I believe this is either the second or third generation rooftop tent from Adventure Kings. I really encourage anyone buying a rooftop tent to discard anything that's first generation from any company, even some of the better brands. I know they've had a lot of issues, and generally speaking, whenever you buy first generation cars or rooftop tents, doesn't really matter what you're buying, but generally the first generation is often the test model. They have had a few issues with the initial release of these tents. The main issues they had is water coming in through the front here, and the main reason for that was because the hinges weren't designed in a way where the rooftop tent was actually sitting close together and sealing up, so water was getting pushed in through the front. The other issue they actually had was with the roof lining coming off. So I'm not sure if these bolts there were there before, and that's part of the fix there. But I'll grab the camera in a second. We'll do a bit of a walk around and show you what the other side looks like, and you can see some of the changes that they've made to the unit itself. So I've been able to open up the rooftop tent, take out the rest of the stuff that's inside. What we have here, and I've deliberately left it like this because I wanted to give you an idea of the space there. So that's about a hand width there, and that was actually just sitting underneath. So that gives you an idea of the space that's available between the floor of between the mattress and the roof of the tent. So as you can see, plenty of space, and that's one of the things I loved about this tent. Plenty of space there for your bedding, some clothes, that sort of stuff. Really makes it a lot more, really makes it a lot easier when you're traveling around to be able to just leave everything, pull up at your side at night, pop the roof, and everything's ready to go. Your pajamas are in there, your bedding and everything's in there. You can leave your pillows and all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. You can see also you've got the rails there that are designed to take a couple of roof racks that 4 Drive Super Centre have brought out, and that's for mounting things like your solar panels and that sort of stuff. You've also got some semi-flexible solar panels available at 4 Drive Super Centre if you want to mount those directly on top of the unit. So let's have a look at this ladder and the rest of the equipment. So at this stage I'm going to hold on to these foam pieces, so I'm not exactly sure if that's purely, so I'm not exactly sure if these foam pieces are purely designed just to protect the unit, you know, stop the ladder from rolling around inside while it's being transported. So really, like with a lot of rooftop tents, they are prone to condensation. One of the suggestions I've had is to stick some special netting or matting underneath the mattress, just as a bit of barrier between the mattress and the floor, because as you can imagine, you've got the cold air coming from underneath, you've got warm air inside the tent, so you know, you're guaranteed to get some level of you're guaranteed to get some level of condensation. By applying like some matting or something like that underneath or between the mattress and the flooring, you're actually giving a little bit of air space and you know, improving the air circulation. I've got quite a bit of mesh flooring, and I think essentially what I'm going to do is just try that underneath the between the mattress and the floor in this unit, just to see if that helps prevent some of the condensation. But I might hold on to this foam as well, because I might find that that actually sits under there nicely, and if that's not absorbent, then that should act as a nice barrier as well. So we've got a couple of options there to try. For now, let's have a look at this ladder. Pretty good bag too. I think this is going to come in really handy. So often what's going to happen, of course, is you're going to have the ladder set up. Could be sitting in mud, sand, anything. Could be sitting in mud or sand or anything like that. So really handy to have the bag. So what we have got in here is the ladder. That looks like a pretty good sturdy ladder. Not going to have any issues. Not going to have any issues with that ladder. What is also in here is a full set of detailed instructions. We'll have a read of those a bit later on. So it is about 90 kilos. So I've got a friend coming around over the weekend to help me load it on top of the racks. And then we'll, if we find the mounting brackets, yep, here they are. If we find the, so we've got the mounting brackets, and obviously we'll be able to load it onto the trailer and fix it down. So let's have a look at some of these. Let's have a look at these. 4, 5, 6 of these brackets. They're obviously part of the mounting brackets. We've got these little pieces as well. These, there's a couple of rails underneath. We'll show you a little bit later when we do the installation, but these actually slide in, and you put a couple of bolts through it that then go through those. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bolts that appear to be stainless steel. You can always replace those if you're concerned about the strength of them, but they look pretty sturdy. Don't imagine there's going to be any issues. We've also got this bag here, which is no doubt we've also got this bag here, which is no doubt the poles. So you've got a adjustable pole there that is designed to sit inside the unit just to hold it up. Just a bit of a safety measure to make sure that the roof doesn't collapse on you in some strong winds. And we've got some additional poles that are designed obviously for the awning at the front. So just to poke the awning out, support the awning, a bit more rain protection. So that's about it. I think what we're going to do now is I'll pack this stuff away. I'll take the camera off the tripod. We'll do a bit of a walk around and show you what the tent looks like from the inside. So here we are, a little bit of a closer look at the rooftop tent here. It really is a good, pretty solid unit. Aluminium construction. One of the issues Kings had previously was the hinges here at the front that you're looking at now were actually not designed very well, and the two pieces of the top and the bottom of the unit weren't actually sitting close enough together. The rubber wasn't close enough, and they actually had water coming in through the front. As mentioned, also, as you probably know as well, Kings had some issues with the lining in the roof collapsing, mainly through condensation or water getting in and weakening the points of attachment. So that has since been fixed. I'm not sure if those rivets were there on the front, so those rivets over the top, I'm not sure if they were actually there before or if they're new, part of the reinforcing. But we'll have a look at the roof in a minute. We'll have a look at the ceiling in a moment, and you will see that they actually do appear to be more reinforced than what they were in the past. What we have here too that's interesting, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that these hinges were actually pop riveted in the initial unit, so they look like they're a new design. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks like a pretty good seal at the front, so I'm guessing that they've done a bit of work there as well. I don't know that that was as solid as it was like that. I don't know if it was as solid as that before. You got the rails there, as you can see, designed to carry the roof up. The rails there, as you can see, are designed to carry the racks that 4Drive Supercenter brought out. So let's have a look inside. Doing that one-handed, so as you can see, pretty easy and straightforward. Lots of space inside. The flaps are already down. Yeah, hopefully that bed's plenty big for me, but hopefully it's big enough for me and the wife as well. So let's have a look and see if we can have a look at this roof. So look, I'm really not sure what the unit looked like before, but you know, I'm pretty confident that it didn't have those bolts, as you can see, all around the outside, and so it yeah, definitely looks like it's been reinforced. So I'm confident that I've got one of the either second or third generation. I'm not sure what they're up to be honest. But little pocket there in the corner for you know, for your cords. 75mm mattress. To be honest, the mattress feels quite firm. I do actually have a topper to go on that, so just a little memory foam layer on top, and I've got a woolen underlay as well. So and as I may have mentioned, also I've got some mesh flooring that's actually going to be laid underneath the mattress, so it'll sit between the mattress and the hard floor in the unit to hopefully reduce some of the condensation. So look, overall I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I'm planning on a side entry because I'll have the 270 awning at the back, but all in all I'm pretty happy with that. And once that goes onto this camper trailer, excuse the mess at the moment, but that's basically going to get us, this rooftop tent is basically going to sit on top of that rack. We'll have that awning that you see mounted onto the side of that. I've actually got a shower going on the other side beside the entry, and the kitchen pops out through the back on the tailgate, and that's going to be a very comfortable setup for the for future trekking. So looking forward to it. If you want to see more of this, if you want to see the installation, I suggest you hit subscribe. If you like what you've seen so far, I suggest you hit like. Thank you very much.